going to church makes you a Christian just as much as going to Burger King makes you a Whopper. What is up, my people? Alright, I am very happy to be doing this video because I thought I was not going to be able to. It was like, oh, technical difficulties and I don't know. I think that I was supposed to do this video and somebody really didn't want me to. And I was just having all kinds of craziness happen. I literally prayed and God reminded me that I had authority over what I was praying for. So I used that authority, and then I came back to my camera and my camera was working. I didn't fix my camera, so I just want to give that praise real quick. So anyway, camera's working, I'm here, things are going. So I want to talk about today, oh, and first I need to acknowledge, yes, that is a Christmas ornament on my outside tree. I'm ready. Yes, I'm still doing Thanksgiving, but I saw this calendar where it was like, or this meme, I'm sorry, where it was like, the way I see it is like, basically, okay, Halloween, and then from Halloween, from November 1st to like the day before Thanksgiving is Christmas, and then there's Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. We'll just leave that there for all you haters. Anyway, so today I want to talk about what does it mean to be a Christian. So I had something else planned for this week, and then I had this topic. I had even months ago looked into it, gotten some scriptures together, stuff like that, prayed on it and whatnot. And then I had a different topic that I wanted to do. I went to church this Sunday, and my pastor was talking about this. My pastor, our sermon was on, so what does it mean to be a Christian? So I was like, okay, well, I gotta do this. So, okay. So, basically, let's get into it. So, Romans 10:9 says, if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. You will be saved. So, if you believe that Jesus is Lord, and you know that God raised him from the dead, and that he is the Messiah, there you go. That's that part. There's your salvation. And we could really cut it right there, but one thing that my pastor said is, I took pictures of him, of his thing. My pastor's thing was, a Christian is a follower of Jesus, someone who is Christ-like in their actions and attitudes. And ain't that the truth? Because he also says, going to church makes you a Christian just as much as going to Burger King makes you a Whopper. And that is something that I really, really loved, because I struggle with that. I struggle with, you know, people who go to church and want to live that life, but they're not in a relationship with Jesus. So that's the part I want to talk about, is the relationship with Jesus, that personal relationship with Jesus. So that comes to this. In Luke 9:18 through 20, it says, while he was praying in private, while Jesus was praying in private, his disciples were with him. And he asked them, who do the crowds say I am? And they answered, John the Baptist. Others say Elijah. Still others, that one of the ancient prophets has come back. So they're saying, these people say all these things about you. You know, that you're this person or that person, or somebody from the past, maybe reincarnated or something. And Jesus says, but you, he asked them, who do you say that I am? And Peter answered, God's Messiah. So that's the part of Christianity that I want to ask you, like, who do you say that Jesus is? So we claim to be Christians, or if you're not, you don't claim to be a Christian, and I still want to ask you this question, like, who do you say Jesus is? Especially if you're a Christian, who do you say, if you're claiming Christianity, who do you say Jesus is? Because that is the root of what Christianity is. That question right there is the first question that you need to answer before you can even start your walk with God, before you can even grow that relationship. Who is he? Who is he to you? When I established in my heart that Jesus is the Lord and that he was raised from the dead, and I only through the trials that God puts me through understand more and more, and I know I'll never understand completely, but I understand more and more what that means to have forgiveness. I understand what it means to be humbled more and more. And that's something that you have to have that relationship with Jesus to have, to be able to be humbled and to understand what it means to be forgiven and to understand why you need it so bad. And I want to encourage you to answer that question, like, who do you say Jesus is? So, and then in John 1:12 it says, but to all who did receive him, he gave them the right to be children of God, to those who believe in his name. So we're children of God. That's who Christians are. We are children of God. Christians want to be like Jesus, are like Jesus. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to have to move this inside. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry for the poor lighting, but I am not trying to get my camera messed up so I can never do this again. And you're going to hear my son in the background doing his puzzles. So, what I was saying was Christians want to be more like Jesus. They say, Jesus is the Messiah, and I want to be like him. And that is the desire. That should be the desire of your heart. That should be the desire of your heart. And if it's not, you should want it to be. Like, it's not always the desire of my heart to make it. It is the desire of my heart to want to be like Jesus. But we can't be perfect like Jesus. That's why he is who he is. That's why he did what he did for us. So, yeah. And in John 14:6, Thomas asked, how do we know how to get where you are going? Because this is when Jesus was telling them that he was leaving them and, all that. And he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except from me. So Jesus made it clear. He was like, no, you're not going to... You have to believe in me. You have to know that I forgave you for your sins, to have a relationship with me. No one's going to come up there. Beautiful. No one's going to come up there. And he loves us. He loves us. That's why he did that to us, for us. It's not like he's trying to say, like, if you don't love me, then screw you. It's more like he's like, I did all of this because I love you so much. And I want to be with you. I want a relationship with you. I want you to be forgiven. I want you to be made pure so that you can be with me. That's why he did that. But we can't do it on our own. That's the whole point. We can't do it on our own. Your good works, you can be a great person. You can... By like the world's standards, you know what I mean? Like, you can do everything right, but you're gonna have sin. You're gonna have sin, even if you don't have like the sins that you think are preposterous, like murdering and committing adultery and like all the really bad sins. Like, even if you're not like doing all the really bad sins. Sin is sin in God's eyes. And until you are covered by his blood and in that relationship with him, your sin is just sin. So one thing I do want to say too is the Christian life is not easy, but it's worth it.
Mama?
I think that's all I'm going to say on that topic. I might talk about that more later. Yes, baby.
Will you show me where this goes?
I sure will. Let's see. But anyway, so someone asked, I just want to leave, I want to close with this. Someone asked Jesus what the greatest commandment was, and he said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and with all of your mind, and with all of your strength.
Find the 4.
Hold on, okay? The second is, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no command greater than these. Jesus' words himself. That's what he says. Jesus says. The first is to love the Lord your God. And who is Lord? Who is Lord in your heart? Who do you say he is? So as always, please check me, check your pastor, check anybody against the Bible that's telling you anything, giving you any advice. Please check. Double check. Do your own work.
Oh, this one.
Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second. Do your own work. Pray. Pray your heart out. Have your relationship with Jesus. Don't expect other people to be praying for you if you're not praying for yourself. They will. They will. But pray for yourself.
Mama, do the cow.
Anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Say bye.